Okay, so you want to learn Blender, but you don't want to sit through hours of donut tutorials learning random hotkeys about nothing. Like, you just want to get kicking, like, learn along the way. Well, this is what that tutorial's for. Today we're going to be making a really bad car. Okay, so first, add in a cube. You press Shift A to do that. And then you scroll over here. And you can scroll down. Here's a bunch of primitive shapes. All of these, you don't really have to worry about these for a while into your career, except for camera and light. Okay, now we have a cube. Now, let's see. Cars aren't just one color. Well, before we get to colors, let's do moving. So, you press G to move any object. You can press escape to cancel a movement. You can press G, Z, G and X. Oh no.
Chungus moment.
Sorry. G and X, G and Y, G and Z, and that's about it to move any objects. And to rotate, it's R, like you'd expect. And just like the other ones, you can do it specifically on the Z-axis or the X-axis, etc. And then there's scale. Obviously, we're going to want something of bigger scale because we're making a car, not like, some weird cube. So with scale, you can also do it very specifically. You can go like that. So we're going to scale it up along the y-axis, scale it up along the x-axis by pressing X, and S and Y, vice versa. Okay, now we have the base shape. Let's just add in a color by going to this little materials tab down here, press new, click on color, and go to a car color like blue. As you can see, you can't see the color. All you have to do is go up here and go to viewport shading. This will give you a rough view of what your colors look like. And you can even mess with these, like cars are metallic mostly, so you can turn this up quite a bit. I'm going to turn mine up all the way to 1 because cars are very metallic. Now, let's get into editing. So, you can go into edit mode by pressing tab very easily. And one of the like most useful things to know for editing is loop cuts. So, you click on it, you go over here, click on that, and then you get a rough preview, and you can click on it and move them. Just hold down on the thing until you're ready to let go. Now you can go back up to select box, and then just drag down like that while holding either left or right key, whichever one it is for you. And then you press G to grab all those vertices, and then Z to pull them upwards. See, starting to look more like a car, huh? Alright, you can also scale down vertices, so like cars don't really look like that, so we're going to scale down the vertices a little bit. Yeah, now we're looking more like a car, except for those vertices, but it's not always perfect. This is a first thing, after all. Now, let's see. Object mode, and, yeah, alright. Now we're going to do the tires for this car. So, you can add in a cylinder by pressing Shift A. Grab, and you don't even have to use the hotkeys actually. You can just click on this thing right here, and it gives you these, which is what I use. So, you rotate it like that, then you move it, and then do that. You can see what I'm doing right here. And really what you could do is go Shift D to duplicate, and then move them and then retexture them, but we're not going the lazy route here because this is a tutorial. You're going to want to click on here, and then we're going to learn about modifiers. So click on the modifier properties, add modifier. We're going to add in a Boolean modifier. Okay, click on the eyedropper, then click on the cylinder. Now we're going to hit apply, and just like that, the car is working. Or, it has a hole in it, like a real car. It doesn't look anything like a car would. That's up to like, company standard and regulations for safety. But hey, it's a hole, you know. So just do that again. Click apply. Bada bing, bada boom. We have 2 holes. Pretty amazing. Alright, now we can just move these back really. Like scale them down a little bit with S if you forgot already. Like that. You know, it doesn't look like a car at all right now, you know. But you're going to texture them. I assume you remember how to texture. You go over here, you click new. You go over here, then let's make them like that. There we go. We're going to make them black like car tires usually are. Now is also a time to learn about some other settings like subsurface. Subsurface is the amount of light that's bouncing around in something. So a tire would definitely have a lot, so we're going to set it to half. But as you can see, it's like white now. You just want to change the subsurface color to black to negate that. So you can just do the same over here, change it to black. And look, easy as that. Alright. And you can also shade smooth by right clicking, then hitting shade smooth. But, you know, we've got a weird shading problem here. Not to worry. You go over here, object data properties, click on it, click on normals, and then check auto smooth. And you see, it's, you know, perfectly normal again. How nice. So now that both of those are good looking, let's do some other material work. So say you want a window right here. You'd add in a loop cut right about there. You remember how to add loop cuts. And then you would, an easy way to select vertices is just like, you know, face select, which can be done by going up here and then just clicking on faces instead of having to drag boxes around things. So you click on that, go to materials, and then you're going to hit minus to remove the material we applied. Unable to remove. Oh, yeah, you can't do that, but hit plus. This is going to be the material for this. So hit new and assign. Now we have a different material for this piece of the mesh. Now we can set it to black, which is kind of what a car window would look like. And to make it look a little bit more like glass, let's set the roughness to 0. This makes it essentially like a mirror. You can see the HDRI reflecting in it. And, you know, we can do this on the other side too. Add in a loop cut. Select the face. You know. Now, let's click plus, new, assign, black, like windows are in cartoons, I guess. Roughness 0. Would you look at that? It's starting to look like a car, sort of, kinda, you know. Alright, now that we're back here and we've got a pretty rough car shape, what we're gonna want to do is, let's see, should we shade our car smooth? I think it's fine as it is. Now you can go into render view mode. So this render is kind of lame. So we're going to click right here, change our render engine to cycles, which is like the CHAD render engine. Okay, so you're going to want to change this to GPU if you have one, because it can be very intensive on your CPU. And you know, it's not looking rad right here, so we're going to add in a sun lamp like this. Turn up that strength to a good old 10, and would you look at that? Looks almost like real life. Let's put a little thing below it for it to sit on and rest on, because cars don't just float suspended in the air. You add in a plane, which is basically like a piece of paper, sort of. Like, whatever it was. And it casts shadows and stuff. It's amazing. Like, you can even see the reflection. Now, we're going to need a passenger for our car. And this is really just for fun. You go down to mesh, and then you go down to monkey. And, you know, it may be a floating monkey in the air. You just rotate it like that. Maybe so you can see it in the reflection even. Make it any color you want. Have some fun here. Take some liberty. click on base color, like, I'll make mine a purple monkey. And now we're going to set up our camera. So Shift A, click on camera. And what we're going to want to do is go to view right here, up here. How I did that was, how I did that was, it was like this, and I clicked on that. So it opened this whole new UI. Okay, so you click on view right here, and you click on lock camera to view. What this will do is move our camera with our head. So if I click on camera, one sec. Oh, yeah, don't have the camera added in. Yeah. And if you click on this camera icon, you're seeing black. Just scroll out like you would with the normal UI thing. Also, I forgot to add this. For looking, you can click middle mouse and go around like this. You can also click shift in middle mouse to go sideways and up and down without just going around like that. And obviously scroll reels zoom. I think you might have figured that out already. Okay, so now that we have, just position it in any way you want. We might want a white background, so you can click on world and go over here and set it to white or blue, like a nice sunny blue day or something like that. And now, and also, if you don't want it to be noisy, you can click on layers right here. Go down to denoising, check that, and then hit render image. Mine's rendering pretty quickly. Yours might not render the same speed, but we all get there eventually. And as you can see, we've got a pretty nice looking render. Very cool, very cool. Alright, so hope you know how to use Blender a little bit now. There's probably other tutorials on do more complicated stuff like node setups, but this was really just a stepping stone in your Blender career, and I hope it's very works out. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, best of luck. Thanks for watching the video.